Drata doesn't publish its pricing publicly. You need to book a demo to get a number. That makes it hard to budget before you've even started the conversation. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how Drata's pricing is structured, what's included, what's not, and what a realistic first year number looks like for an early stage startup. Drata uses a headcount-based pricing model, meaning your cost is tied to how many employees you have. As your team grows, your annual contract goes up. Like most tools in this category, there's no public price list. All quotes are custom. Based on publicly available market data and customer reports, here's how the tiers typically break down. For a startup under 50 employees pursuing a single framework, say SOC 2, the foundation tier generally runs $7,500 to $15,000 per year. That's the number you'll usually hear first in a sales conversations. From there, pricing moves up with company size. Teams between 50 to 250 people tend to land in the 15 to 25 grand range. Larger organizations can be 50 grand and above. All of this is code based, so your actual number depends on what you negotiate. The base price covers the core compliance workflow, continuous monitoring, automated evidence collection, policy templates, and a compliance dashboard. Drata estimates this automates roughly 80% of the evidence a typical audit requires for standard cloud stacks. It also includes access to their Audit Hub, a collaboration workspace where your auditors can review evidence directly inside the platform, and a Trust Center page for sharing your compliance status with prospects. Here's where it's worth paying attention because a few things sit outside the base price. Additional frameworks. If you need SOC 2 now and ISO 27001 later, each new framework adds to your cost, typically $1,500 to $7,500 per framework depending on scope. Vendor risk management. For managing third-party security assessments, it's a separate add-on at higher tiers. The audit itself is not included. Drata is the platform. A licensed CPA firm conducts the actual SOC 2 attestation, which runs 5 to 20 grand for a type 1 and 7 to 30 grand for a type 2, depending on the firm and scope. Penetration testing is also a separate cost, typically 3 to 10 grand per test depending on scope. So let's put this together for a 20% startup doing SOC 2 for the first time. Base platform, $7,500 to $12,000. Audit, let's say a SOC 2 type 1, 5 to 20 grand depending on the firm. Pen test, 3 to 10 grand depending on scope. So realistically, you're looking at 20 to 40 grand all in for year 1, depending on which audit firm you choose and what's in the scope. That's a reasonable number to plan around. If that range works for your stage and budget, Drata is a solid platform. The depth is there. But if you're an early stage startup and that's a significant number, CompliJet is built exactly for you. It's designed specifically for startups, not a tool that started at the enterprise and worked its way down, but one that's built from ground up for early stage SaaS companies doing this for the first time. The model is flat per company, not per seat, so it doesn't change as you hire. Everything a startup needs for a first SOC 2 or ISO 27001 is bundled in. The integrations, the evidence automation, the trust center, the audit support, under 10 grand all in. No add-ons, no per seat math, no renewal surprises. That's Drata's pricing broken down. If you want to see what a flat rate alternative looks like, check out CompliJet.